Hello, welcome to Heritage Museums and Gardens. I'm Les Lutz. I'm Director of Horticulture here at Heritage, and I'd like to introduce you to our 100-acre garden. We're located in Sandwich, Massachusetts on Cape Cod. We're standing in the middle of our parking garden, or right at our entrance. This garden was constructed several years ago. It's a beautiful garden, mostly native plants. We have bioswales that collect all the rainwater so that all that water is filtered and then percolates into the soil. We don't allow anything to leave the property. So we can take a tour and you can see the rest of the garden. We're in the McGraw family garden of the senses. This is about a 2-minute walk from the main entrance where we just entered. This garden was open to the public in 2019. So this is actually the newest garden that we have here at Heritage. We're standing in the middle of a beautiful English-style perennial border. This garden features a shade garden, a maze, a beautiful boardwalk, lots and lots of plants of various colors, textures, fragrances. It's meant to be a garden for all the senses. It also allows people to get from this elevation to a much lower elevation in a way that's accessible to everyone. We're in the Flume garden now. This garden is just a 5-minute walk from where we started a few seconds ago in the Garden of the Senses. The Flume was the result of a design competition. It was chosen among lots of designs that were submitted and was constructed in 2010. The Flume is, as you can see, a beautiful waterfall, but it's actually 220 feet long, and the water drops 30 feet, about 300 gallons a minute. And at the base of the Flume is a beautiful collection of daylilies. We're also surrounded by a garden of about 800 cultivars of daylilies and a beautiful perennial garden as well. We are in the Hydrangea display garden. This garden is a partnership between Heritage Museums and Gardens and the Cape Cod Hydrangea Society. This garden was begun in 2008 and currently contains about 155 cultivars and species of hydrangeas. Many of them are legacy plants, plants that you can't find anymore in the trade. This is the North American Hydrangea Test Garden. This garden is right across the walkway from the display garden that we were just visiting. This garden is different in that it features new, improved cultivars of hydrangeas, whereas the other garden, the display garden, features mostly legacy plants, legacy cultivars. This garden was built between the period 2015 and 2021. It's a partnership between Heritage and several nursery industry leaders that are working on the genus and trying to develop new, improved cultivars for the public. Heritage Museums and Gardens opened to the public in 1969, but much of the garden has actually been around since 1921 when Charles Dexter bought the property. And you may have heard of Dexter rhododendrons. They actually were bred by Charles Dexter on this property during the period 1921 through 1943 when he eventually passed away. Much of the garden is mature now. Much of the garden, as I said, has been here, especially the trees and many of the rhododendrons, for almost 100 years now. It's a spectacular collection. We're standing in front of the Dexter rhododendron collection. This garden contains almost all of the cultivars that Charles Dexter developed, both during his lifetime and those that have been named since he passed away. There are about 170 or so cultivars in this garden, and we're always adding to that, collecting plants from other gardens that have somehow escaped and are now being brought back. Thank you for visiting Heritage Museums and Gardens today. If you'd like to come back and visit us again or learn more about us, go to heritagemuseums.org. Thank you.